Hi guys, it's me, Radia, the Wellness Director for Lake Hills Pharmacy. I hope you all are doing well, staying tight in your homes. We miss you. However, we're going to communicate this way. So people were asking me, Radia, I got to get my immune stuff together, and there's lots of things that you can do. I went through, oh my God, reams and reams of the latest research dealing with COVID, viruses, and what's the best thing to do. So what I decided to do, because I'm here all day, I'm 66 years old, I'm in a veritable petri dish, and I just can't choke down a lot of pills. So what I did is put together a little tonic, a little immune sort of formula for myself, and I wanted to share it with you now. So what I did, I took just a regular bottle of water. Now I'm using the Texas rainwater, which we're going to carry in this store, and it's awesome. But what I added to it was this very cool tonic, starting with this is the Pro C 3000. Now I want to tell you a little bit about vitamin C and any kind of respiratory virus, because we are seeing, I just got a report actually from a very excellent study out of China where they're using high doses of vitamin C with acute infection with people in the hospital, and they're getting great recovery. So, and also I remember, when I was reading that article, I thought, when I started my practice 30 years ago, back in my day, back in the 80s, we were dealing with HIV, and we were dealing with AIDS patients, and pneumonia was one of the more serious cases of death, basically. We found that when we used high doses of vitamin C, many of those guys that I was working with back then are still alive today. This is before that medication. So I was reading this article about vitamin C that they're using in the hospital, and they're getting really, really amazing results. The problem is that if you're not doing an IV drip of vitamin C, to take in a lot, you're going to get what we like to call bowel intolerance. And with the lack of toilet paper nowadays, you probably can figure out what that is. But the thing that I like about this particular vitamin C, again, it's called Pro C 3000, is it's a very cool drink, and you can get 3,000 milligram per scoop. So we're going to put a little scoop in there in my water. 3,000 milligram without bowel intolerance. Plus, it tastes really good. It's sort of lemon flavored, and it's got no sugar. It's sweetened with xylitol, and it's very, very tasty. So that's the first thing. Another thing that I'm really seeing that's critical in the research that I'm seeing about COVID is basically zinc. We see that zinc has a lot of properties. Lots of people are zinc deficient. And so what we're finding is that the coronavirus is basically what we call an RNA virus. So what it does, viruses are really creepy, actually. They're actually parasites, and they cannot live without a host. So the way they work is they actually attach themselves to your cell, and they literally deliver their RNA into your cell, and they hook up with your RNA. So that now you and the virus are replicating itself, and it replicates itself in the cell and then releases it out to all of the other cells, and it works like that. Not a good thing to do. What we are finding in the research is that zinc blocks that from happening, so it makes it difficult for that RNA to attach. So I'm using a liquid zinc. This is a really tasty, actually, too. It's a grape flavored, so I'm going to kind of make a lemony sort of fruit punch taste. And guys, I do this every single day. This is what I just pretty much suck down all day long, and it tastes good. It's actually yummy, and later on, it goes well with rum or vodka, too. But, that's another story. But all right, so what I would do is use a dropper full, which is going to give you about 15 milligrams per dropper full. Now, I recommend, depending on whether you are pretty good with your zinc or if you never do zinc, you can do 15 to 30 milligram of zinc, and that's safe. You don't want to overdo zinc. You can do zinc lozenges, but you don't want to overdo it because it competes with copper. So, you know, we like to keep it down at about 30 milligram. This is 15. Now, what I'm also going to add, I'm going to add a little bit of the Sambucus Immune. This has got a little more zinc in it. It's got about, I think it's 7.5 milligram. Okay, so you're adding a little bit more zinc, but it's also got echinacea, which is really great, and elderberry. Now, there's some conflicting reports on elderberry and COVID-19. And what I can see from the literature is, you know, some people out there are saying that elderberry causes what's called a cytokine storm. It doesn't cause it in a preventative. So you do want to use elderberry as a preventative. I'm going to recommend that if you start to feel symptoms and what have you, then stop the elderberry. All right, but it is not a concern for preventative, and we see, I have literally reams of information on elderberry and viruses, especially the coronavirus. So this has got echinacea, it's got a little zinc, it's got all of those good things in there. I'm going to do just a little half dose, throw that in there. Elderberry is very tasty, so that also makes it really nice. Now, I'm going to throw some, let's see, vitamin A in here. All right, vitamin A, most people, we think of vitamin C and vitamin D for the immune system, but vitamin A is very, very important. I think in the future you're going to see research, this is going to be the new darling of the immune. But you want to do, I would say, about 3 drops, okay? That'll give you about 10,000 IU, which is a nice safe dose. It just keeps your immune. Okay, our next ingredient that I'm going to do is vitamin D. Now this is a micellized vitamin D3 with K2. I like the micellized. You're going to metabolize it better. I like the K2. Think of K2 as a rudder. It moves calcium and vitamin A. It helps to absorb and metabolize D, but it also moves calcium to the bone away from the artery, which you want to do. So if you're doing higher doses, which we're going to do, I'm recommending right now for this little formula, let's do about 5,000 IU. Each one of these is 1,200 per drop. So let's put about 4 drops in there. All right. Now, vitamin D, so important for all of your immune. This is, there's an interesting story of how vitamin D, we thought it was all only for the bone. We're now seeing that, wow, it really is a very effective immune and antiviral. So we need to do D. My next, this is Beat Elite. Now, for some of you, especially you older patients, here's the thing. The older we get, the more things start to break down. And one thing that we need in our vascular system is something called NO, or nitric oxide. Don't mistake that with nitrous oxide. My dentist sister thought I said that. No, different. This is nitric oxide, and what it does is it's a vasodilator. Basically, it gets circulation happening. It's good for cardiovascular, it's good for blood pressure, but it's good for getting oxygen where you need it. The problem with COVID-19 is basically it starves the body, starves the organs of oxygen. So we really need to use something that's going to give us more nitric oxide. What we found, you know, our body, it converts L-arginine to nitric oxide, but the older we get, the less we convert that. So we find that beet is high in this nitric oxide. And this particular one, some of you may have a genomic mutation. I know I have 4 genomic mutations, big ones in the nitric oxide. And so I need to take it all the time. I also take a supplement, which is 2 pills. but I just can't, I should be taking more of the pills, but this is easier on my tummy to take both. You know, I'll take this through the day. And so this is called Beet Elite, and it is a black cherry. It's a black cherry powder, so again, we're adding some more yummy things to this. And all we do is basically put a scoop in there. It pretty much helps to circulate all these good nutrients and every other nutrient that you're taking. And also, if you're on medication, it helps to circulate the medication that you're on for better efficacy. So that's beet. Where are we? We've done, now one thing that we're seeing is fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables have what's called bioflavonoids in them that are very critical for preventative of these viruses. You go to the store and I don't know, it's hit or miss. I went a few days ago to H-E-B, the only vegetables on all of the racks were cabbage. Apparently people will die before they'll eat cabbage. I don't know. That was the only vegetable left. So if you're having trouble, I'm going to talk to you more later on in another episode about other fruits and vegetable sources. But the key is, where's my vegetables? Here we go. This one, indigo greens. This is a very, very powerful multi-vegetable nutrient. It's got, oh my God, it's got quinoa and banana and orange and pumpkin and beet and kale and raspberry, pineapple, pomegranate, broccoli, spirulina, spinach, chlorella, collards, parsley, kale, right? It's everything you're probably not eating or not eating enough. But we are really seeing that the research is showing that the isolated flavonoids in these fruits and vegetables, basically, what's my thing here? We need literally 5 to 7 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. Are you guys really doing that? Come on, we know you're not. So this is a good way of getting it in there. And we do see this is also pretty tasty. Get all of those good nutrients in there. Throw a thing in there. Throw a scoop in there. And you're going to find that at least you know you're covered for the day. Now, let's see. I think I've got everything. The last pièce de résistance, and this is only optional. Some people are very stressed this time of hibernation, as we're calling it. Some people are having trouble sleeping. So you can add, and I do add, a little, this is a water-soluble CBD. All right, so the water-soluble can go in here. 1 dropper full of this is 20 milligram. Sip it throughout the day. It helps with anxiety. If you need a little bit more at night, that's fine to help you sleep. Now, here's a note for you recreational marijuana smokers. I want to tell you, this is an interesting study. COVID patients should avoid THC. Not CBD, but THC. It is contraindicated for COVID. So be very, very careful, you pot smokers out there that are having a good time, because it doesn't mix well with COVID. On the other hand, CBD, which if it's a good source, like the only one that I recommend is One Farm, it has little or no. It follows the requirement of having 0.03% of THC, not enough to do anything. Most of it doesn't even have that much. But the CBD is good not only for stress, it's good to help you sleep, but it's also an anti-inflammatory. So all of that together in my little brew here, put a top on that, shake it up. Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's really good. You're gonna like it, trust me. So this is my nutrient tonic for the day. This is how I keep well, and this is what we're asking all of our Austin friends. Remember, Lake Hills Pharmacy, keep Austin well. That's what we're here for. Okay guys, if you want to have the entire package together, just call the Lake Hills Pharmacy. It's 512-608-9355. You can either ask for Radia, that's me, I'll put it together for you in a little package, and what we're doing is we're doing a drop box, so you can come by and pick it up. We also are shipping, so we can ship it for you. There's no shipping charge on that. Or if you don't want to do the whole kit and caboodle, just basically buy the various individual supplements, that's okay too. I also have them in pills. If you have any other questions, give me a call. You know, I miss you guys. I talk to you all the time now. I don't get to talk to you. So give me a call if you need to consult on anything else in your nutritional area. I'm here for you. We're all here for you. Lake Hills Pharmacy is here for you. Keep Austin well.